In today's show, Bitcoin rejoins with the stock to flow model price, putting $100,000 per Bitcoin right on track. That's right, stock to flow's various incarnations call for a Bitcoin price of anywhere between $100,000 and $576,000 by the end of the current halving cycle in 2024. Now check this out, Bitcoin exactly hit the original model's daily prediction of $23,562 on Thursday. That's right, I'll be breaking down the latest from Plan B, the creator of the stock to flow, right here in today's show. Also, breaking news, Coinbase, the largest US-based crypto exchange, filed for an IPO. It's the first major Bitcoin-focused company to test the public markets. And Masari values this Coinbase offering at $28 billion, which is pretty major. I'll be breaking all this down for you in today's show. Also in today's episode, the Bitcoin rally is just getting started, says Maddie Greenspan, the quantum economics founder, said the price of Bitcoin will top out at some point, but added it could reach $1 million per Bitcoin before that happens. We'll be breaking all this down for you in today's show. Also quoting Max Kaiser from his most recent episode of the Kaiser Report, he says, I think the next 6 weeks you're going to see interest rates skyrocket, Bitcoin skyrocket, Michael Saylor is going to be out rich in Jeff Bezos, and the world will be completely different because one man, Michael Saylor, stood up to the insanity. Kudos. We'll be discussing this in today's show. And as Willie Woo points out, $1 invested into BTC at its first market price would be worth $29.8 million today. That same dollar invested into gold would be worth a Snickers bar. That's right. Unfortunate for Peter Schiff, but it is what it is. Also in today's show, we'll be taking a look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin hovering at around 23,000. Most of the altcoins are back in the red, but where's the Bitcoin price likely to go from here? Find out all this, plus so much more in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day, so be sure to smash that subscribe button. That's right, and turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And before I kick off today's show, if interested in tapping into OPM, leveraging other people's money to grow your wealth and crypto portfolio, then smash that link right below the video in the description. All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV. We have a lot of bullishness to dive right into, so let's not waste any time. Bitcoin is precisely following price predictions and not making investors wait longer for gains this bull cycle, says famous quantitative analyst Plan B. In a recent tweet on December 17th, the creator of the stock to flow price model noted that in its current halving cycle, Bitcoin's growth is going as planned. That's right, as he shares right here on crypto Twitter, RIP, lengthening cycles and diminishing returns. And he also shared on Twitter this morning, Bitcoin trying to catch up with COVID, room for growth. That's right, as the money printer continue to go, we have plenty of room for expansion for the king of all crypto. Now for the exciting news, the Bitcoin price hits $23,562, which is the stock to flow target. This was hit just yesterday. So despite huge volatility this week, stock to flow remains conspicuous in its ability to forecast the pace of change in Bitcoin price over extended periods. So take that, stock to flow haters. Now critics have argued that Bitcoin cannot repeat its behavior from the last bull cycle, specifically from 2017, and gains this time around will be less pronounced while taking longer to materialize. However, comparing performances since May, the date of Bitcoin's third block subsidy halving event, with the performance after the first and second halvings in 2012 and 2017, this year could not be a more textbook result, according to Plan B. Hence why he tweeted RIP lengthening cycles and diminishing returns. As you can see right here on your screen, Bitcoin runs to highs above 23,000, which further allowed it to fill in empty space on the stock to flow model. Prior to that, at just below 20,000 was in fact underperforming compared with the model's demands. Also, as Cointelegraph reported, in November, Bitcoin was already beating its performance from the 2016 halving. Stock to flow's various incarnations call for a Bitcoin price of anywhere between $100,000 and $576,000 by the end of the current halving cycle in 2024. So Bitcoin exactly hit the original model's daily prediction of $23,562 yesterday, which was Thursday, as you can see right right here on your screen. And to the chagrin of its skeptics, a rapidly increasing number of institutional financiers are beginning to share this view and putting their money where their mouth is to prove it. That's right, this week One River Asset Management revealed the plan to up Bitcoin and Ether exposure to over $1 billion by early 2021. This is more breaking news. And then we also had Guggenheim, which I covered in great detail in yesterday's episode, which reserved the right to allocate part of its own capital into Bitcoin and now say the fair value of Bitcoin is $400,000. That's right, which is a 1,600% higher increase than the all-time high we've seen on Thursday. Now, before I break down our next story of the day, breaking news: Coinbase, the largest US-based crypto exchange, filed for an IPO, and it's the first major Bitcoin-focused company to test the public markets. But let's first take a look at the overall crypto market. We can see Bitcoin tinkering at around $23,000, but back in the red, but barely. We have Ethereum down 2% after a massive surge yesterday, now trading at about $650. We have Miss Litecoin still looking sexy as ever, up 8.5%, trading at $108. We have XRP up 3.8%, trading at 58 cents, and most of the rest of the alt market is currently in the red. All right, now let's break down our next story of the day. Following cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase filing a draft registration for a public offering with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission yesterday, research company Messari has valued the company at a whopping $28 billion. That's right, Messari's model examined the company's various business segments, such as trading, custody, and debit cards to come to this figure. Coinbase is one of the biggest exchanges in the world, with daily trading volumes of over $1 billion, and assets under custody have grown to $20 billion from $7 billion in 2019. You gotta love it. And a previous fundraising round in 2017 saw Coinbase's valuation break the $1 billion mark, gaining its unicorn status, and the most recent round gave the company a value of $8 billion in October of 2018. Now, an August 2020 report from research company Huron had not updated this $8 billion figure despite increases in daily trading volume and assets under custody. On providing its latest $28 billion valuation, Messari's analyst noted the significance of such a major IPO in the crypto space, sharing the following: "This listing is important even for token valuations, as Coinbase will provide a valuation anchor, not only for future equity listings, but also for crypto-native exchange tokens." And meanwhile, an unconfirmed report claims that Tikatwari's Palm Beach Research Group has predicted a future valuation of $242 billion for DeFi platform Synthetics. The alleged buy notice for Synthetics, which is SNX tokens, conservatively estimates that the decentralized exchange could command a premium 5 times higher than traditional exchanges, or roughly 10 times Messari's current valuation for Coinbase. A target valuation of $2,192 per token would represent a return of over 41,000% on today's price. However, it is important to keep in mind that this is all speculation. Anything could happen in crypto. It is what it is. And before I break down our next story of the day, Bitcoin rally is just getting started, says Maddie Greenspan. Now, this is a pretty big deal considering the quantum economics founder said the price of Bitcoin will top out at some point, but added it could reach $1 million per coin before that happens. But first, let's take a look at the overall crypto market cap, sitting at a sexy $650 billion with $232 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. Current Bitcoin dominance back on the climb at 65.3%. Now checking out the top gainers within the top 100. Miss Litecoin up 8%, trading at $108. We have Celsius up 5%, trading at $2.78. We have Neem up 3%, trading just below 27 cents. Zilliqa up 4%, trading at 4 cents. And XRP up 3.4%, trading at 58 cents. Now let's take a look at the biggest losers within the top 100. We have Algorand down 4%, trading at 32 cents. OMG Network down 3%, trading at $3.25. Nano down 3%, trading at $1.14. And the notorious Sushi Swap down 3%, trading at $2.78. Now, out of this list of the biggest gainers and losers, which altcoins in particular are you most bullish on right now? Drop me a comment right down below. Now let's check out the Binance margins. We can see the bears are barely in control, leading with 51% shorts versus 49% longs. Are you currently bullish or bearish on the king of all crypto? Holla at your boy. And now checking out one of my favorite indicators is the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Shows we're currently rated a 95 in extreme greed, which is virtually as high as I've ever seen this in the previous years. Yesterday was a 92, last week a 89, and last month a 91. Now, if you're not familiar with the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, extreme fear can be a sign investors are too worried. That can be a buying opportunity. And when investors are getting too greedy, like we're witnessing in the market right now, that means the market is due for a correction. But let's also keep in mind we're currently in price discovery mode, so anything is possible for the king of all crypto. Now, yesterday's episode of the Kaiser Report was epic, so I quoted Max Kaiser right here. I think the next 6 weeks, you're going to see interest rates skyrocket, Bitcoin skyrocket. Michael Saylor is going to be out rich in Jeff Bezos, and the world will be completely different because one man, referring to Michael Saylor, stood up to the insanity. Kudos. That's right. And if you missed this episode, you can still check it out. I'll include it in the show notes below the video in the description. Now, checking out the latest from Willy Woo, he wrote, $1 invested into Bitcoin at its first market price would be worth $29.8 million today. I repeat, $1 invested into Bitcoin at its very first market price would be worth $29.8 million today. That same dollar invested into gold would be worth a Snickers bar. Hey, it is what it is. In this chart, I wound back the clock to include gold's last really big run in the 1970s when the structure of money was reset. Hey, it is what it is. Unfortunate for Peter Schiff, as Jason Williams points out. I'll just leave it here. Gold at $1,700. You know, Peter Schiff had the opportunity to buy Bitcoin at $1. He passed. Then Bitcoin was at $10,000. Peter Schiff had the opportunity to buy it again. He passed, and gold still worth $1,700. And nowadays, gold is worth $1,860, and Bitcoin is worth $23,000, and Peter Schiff is still missing out. Now he's starting to look like Master Yoda. He's aging quite fast, and it's apparent his son is much smarter than him for investing into Bitcoin. It is what it is. All right, and before I break down this $1 million Bitcoin price prediction from Matty Greenspan, first, I want to remind you to smash that show more button right below this video in the description for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the market. This goes for all 630 plus videos right here on my YouTube channel. Also, some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including the blog to my podcast, which could be found at cryptonewsyes.com. Also, be sure to smash that subscribe button right below this video to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. It also supports the channel, and I greatly appreciate your continued support. You can also find us on all the major podcasting platforms, from Spotify, the home of the Joe Rogan Experience, to Apple's iTunes. You can also follow me on Twitter to receive daily crypto news alerts. My Twitter handle is Crypto News Yes. And for those of you active on Facebook, I do have a private crypto Facebook group. To join it, click this link, request to join. I'll be sure to plug you in. And for those of you active on Telegram, I do have a private crypto Telegram chat, which is uncensored. To join it, click this link. You'll automatically be added, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you personally on the inside. All right, now let's break down our final story of the day, shall we? In a newsletter released just yesterday, the Quantum Economics founder said Bitcoin's recent rally past $23,000, a gain of roughly 29% in a week, didn't necessarily mean the market was overheating and heading for a crash like the one in December of 2017. He went on to share, in our opinion, things are just getting started. We probably shouldn't be using any old yardsticks when it comes to determining what kind of percentage gains are possible. And he added, should demand continue to pick up from these levels and supply continue to constrain, there is a distinct possibility we may see some days of 250% gains or even more. I repeat, if this continues, we may see some days, not weeks, of 250% gains or even more. Talk about being bullish on the king of all crypto. Greenspan said there isn't anyone on the planet who might be able to predict when Bitcoin will turn bearish, if ever, but the price could be any number between $23,800 and $1 million per Bitcoin. He also didn't rule out Guggenheim partners Scott Miner's claim that the crypto asset should be worth about $400,000, which I covered in great detail in yesterday's episode. He continues, now that we're past the prior all-time highs, there are no levels left on the chart that might indicate where the price might eventually top out, said Greenspan. It will top out at some point, though. You can be sure of that. Other figures in the crypto space, like Binance.US CEO Catherine Coley, also sees the current Bitcoin bull run as evidence of sustained growth. She goes on to share, when the Fed and other governing agencies across the world are seemingly okay with the effects of inflation on fiat currencies, we'll continue to see the diversification thesis into Bitcoin surge, with prices breaking the key technical levels. I couldn't agree more, and that's precisely what we're witnessing right now. At this time, Bitcoin is currently trading at about $23,000. How high do you feel we can climb before the end of this year, as there's still 2 weeks left here in December? Let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below. Now for a quick recap of what I covered with you right here in today's show. Bitcoin rejoins with stock to flow model price, putting $100,000 per Bitcoin price right on track. That's right, stock to flow's various incarnations call for the Bitcoin price anywhere between $100,000 and $576,000 by the end of the current halving cycle in 2024. Now that Bitcoin has exactly hit the original model's daily prediction of $23,562 just yesterday, as Plan B points out, RIP, lengthening cycles and diminishing returns, and also shares, Bitcoin trying to catch up with COVID. Room for growth. That's right. Also, I shared breaking news. Coinbase, the largest US-based crypto exchange, filed for an IPO. It's the first major Bitcoin-focused company to test the public markets. And even more mind-blowing, Masari values Coinbase at $28 billion following the IPO filing, as I shared with you. Also in today's show, as I pointed out, quantum economics founder Matty Greenspan said the price of Bitcoin will top out at some point, but added it could reach up to $1 million per Bitcoin before that happens. Let me know if you agree or disagree with Matty Greenspan. And as Willie Woo points out, $1 invested into BTC at its first market price would be worth $29.8 million today. That same dollar invested into gold would be worth a Snickers bar. It is what it is. Unfortunate for Peter Schiff, but hey, you can't fix hard-headedness. It is what it is at the end of the day. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto matrix. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button. That's right. And turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. In the meantime, grab yourself a crypto cocktail and let's watch this Bitcoin price rise to the moon. And real quick before I go, if interested in tapping into OPM, leveraging other people's money to grow your wealth and crypto portfolio, then smash that link right below the video in the description and register for this free system. You'll be glad you did, and I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's episode. Peace.